East Hill Farm School is designed for middle school students, and the students come and have a full farm immersion stay at the farm. They're not reading from a textbook or in a classroom or a lecture. They are just soaking in everything that's around them. From the minute they get up in the morning, they're working on the farm, milking the cows, collecting eggs, cleaning the stalls, feeding the animals. They also do have opportunities to be involved in workshops. There's pond ecology, forestry, rare breeds, because we do have several rare breeds at the farm. So there's lots of things for the children to do based on the needs of their classroom and what their teachers would like to get out of the stay.
We live in a society where children are increasingly divorced from this kind of experience, and so the farm experience is particularly important because they need to understand this. You know, this is all about sustainability, and we talk a lot about ecology in our own little worlds, but they can actually come out here and see what it really means. I think that's essential.
Just like this.
The students walk away with a real connection with the animals. They just had no idea what it took to be a farmer and work on a farm.
I like it because you don't just do the fun stuff like the petting and the feeding. You actually have to get down and dirty and clean the stalls and take care of all the animals. So it's not what I expected initially, but it's really fun.
Do the other side as well?
The other side.
What I think is the best thing about the farm school is actually seeing the children get a hands-on approach to what we do, to learning where the milk comes from, the whole process of splitting wood to stacking it, the composting, how we use and recycle food scraps. Start adding some of your banana peels. I explain and show them that what they don't eat on their table goes into certain composting buckets. I show them the whole procedure. It's used in our gardens to grow tomatoes. The tomatoes are put on their plate, and they can see the whole cycle.
I've always known that, food doesn't just appear out of thin air, but, like being on the farm and realizing some of the turkey that we've been eating, or chicken, or the bread that we make, that actually comes from here.
I do think about food differently now because I'm not just thinking about it showing up. That's how it was raised and what pesticides were used, or things that the animals eat affects what we eat. So I definitely think of food differently now.
Well, mushrooms come in all different shapes and sizes.
We did a fantastic mushroom walk today out through the woods where they collected all kinds of mushrooms, and we did have a specialist that was with us that was able to explain that and walk them through it.
There's deadly mushrooms and there's regular mushrooms, and that all mushrooms aren't those like little brown things we all think that they are. There can be huge ones, there can be small ones. They might not even have the stems, they could just be attached to a tree.
I learned that it takes a lot to raise these animals, and it's not just feeding them, but you have to take care of where they live, and you have to constantly monitor they have enough food, and so it takes a lot of work, and I didn't expect that initially coming in.
I think many of the tasks that they're doing are things that they wouldn't get the opportunity to do otherwise. I'm excited to see how they embrace them. I mean, they are going after every single opportunity to learn and to be a part of what the farmers are asking them to do, and I think that that's great. I think that's really important.
I've learned definitely that there's not just the black and white stereotypical cows. There's the Kerry cows and Jersey cows, and then there's just milking cows or meat cows, and I can definitely say I'm a city girl and I would have never known that.
The best thing about farm school would be teaching students that you have to work for things. It teaches you responsibility. My favorite farm chore was we had to go into the loft of the barn and get all the hay from the hay bales, which were stacked up on the roof. So we had to climb up the hay bales and push them all down, and it was really fun.
I would highly recommend this experience. East Hill Farms has done a fantastic job of really presenting a full, rich week of experiences. Their staff is extremely knowledgeable. Many of them are former teachers, and so they really do understand what is important for school groups. The lodgings are great, the food is great. I think the best things I can say is our kids want to come back every year. To me, that's a AAA rating. We have been looking for a farm for a long time, and I think we really hit the jackpot with East Hill Farms.